I'm taking a strap. I'm strapped up.
What's happening? What was that about?
Let's make the fight happen. We strapped the fuck up.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 178 of the Strap SZN Podcast. As always, I'm your boy Kam.
I'm your boy Flowz.
And as always, guys, you know the drill by now. My usual housekeeping message, please head over to Strap SZN Pod, which is our Instagram and Strap SZN Podcast Twitter pages. And there's a link in the bio on both of those pages that will take you to where we're situated at streaming-wise. So if you like audio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, the usual platforms, and if you like the visuals, YouTube link is also there. Make sure you go check us out, subscribe, like, comment, engage with us, all that good stuff, guys. Flowz, how are you doing? You good?
I'm good, bro. How are you doing?
Yeah, I might been better, but we move. Yeah, man. This week, obviously, we've got a nice fight to review. Beterbiev, Callum Smith, and we've got a little preview to do as well for next week. But let's start with the main event, Flowz, the meat and bones of it. Beterbiev, Callum Smith. That went down in the early hours of the morning last night from Quebec City, I believe it was. Beterbiev, who is he's a newish top rank signing now. He's like new. I think this is like it's my second fight with Bob.
Yeah,
because he wasn't with them before. Well, second or third. Yeah,
I'm not sure. Yeah, I think
he's a newish top. I know he's newish. Yeah, which is probably good for him. It'll keep him active, I guess, because inactivity is sort of an issue with him for his career. But Callum Smith, Flowz, we did say that Callum Smith is a good fighter, and he'll be competitive in there for a little bit. But ultimately, Flowz, we're quite confident. In fact, I say quite, very confident that we're going to get a nice Beterbiev stoppage here. And to be honest, Flowz, that's exactly what went down. Beterbiev, the streak goes on. It's funny because they're calling this a streak now, Flowz. You know, the whole winning all his fights, 100% knockout ratio. They're calling it a streak now, coming like the Undertaker with WrestleMania.
It's
funny,
a streak.
Man. It is a streak. It's a streak. And we said that, in fact, if Callum Smith survives, it's full 12, that's actually a win for him, low-key, because no one else has done that. But Beterbiev does what Beterbiev does, man. Flowz, this guy is so scary. Like, look, I watch him and I just think this guy's scary. Like, we obviously, when we talk about pound for pound hardest punches, obviously it's Beterbiev in there, but the usual suspects such as Tank, Wilder, in a way. But honestly, Flowz, out of all of them, Beterbiev is the one that I watch and I'm just there like, oh, grimacing for my screen. Yeah. Like compared to the rest of them, Flowz, it's his punches that make me like, you know them ones where you're screwing your face up.
Yeah.
Dude is scary, Flowz. Dude is, we said it before, we know he's scary. Dude is flipping scary. That power is scary. And it was funny to me, Flowz, because this fight started and from round one, the first round, Flowz, Beterbiev started like he had somewhere to be.
He wanted to get out of it.
He started like, yo, I'm tired, man. Let me get this one out the way just so I can get that Bivol fight on. And he started like he had somewhere to be. He started like a train. Immediately put Smith under pressure against the ropes. And I'm there thinking, surely not. Smith, after all the props I've given you, surely you're not going to go out like this. But to be fair to Smith, Flowz, I think he settled in that first round towards the end. Yeah. Midpoint, he settled, and I thought he had a good round. First two rounds, I thought Smith did okay. But on from them, Flowz, that's when it started to get peak for him. From after that. But yeah, man, were you surprised by Beterbiev's fast start? Because usually he tends to feel out a little bit, you know. To be fair, he varies. Sometimes he starts fast, sometimes he starts slow. But do we expect him to start like a train like that?
No, I didn't expect him to start so quickly. I guess you look at the last fight, Yard was very much on his toes, moving, boxing. So it took him a while to settle. And yeah, Yard's quite fast twitch and whatnot. This one, he I don't know, maybe frustration or whatever. I think the preamble, things kind of got they agitated him with the pre-fight pressers and questions and whatnot. I guess we'll talk about it at some point. But yeah, maybe he was like, I'm getting you out of here now. I think yeah, it was a very fast start. But yeah, Callum Smith, we rate him. He's no slouch. We've always said he's a good fighter, well-level fighter. Yeah, we just always think there's certain monsters in certain divisions that people should avoid, and Beterbiev is one of them. So yeah, he did settle. It was, I think, second half of first round, he got into his rhythm. Second round was good for him. All competitive rounds. Some people gave it to Beterbiev as well, which is fair, but competitive. So he didn't go outside in the first round, which was easily a possibility against Beterbiev.
I thought it was coming, you know.
Well,
just the way he started, I said, surely not. Please don't do this to me, Smith, please.
He was pinned against the ropes.
Bro. And it was reminding me of Canelo. The Canelo fight, I'm thinking, surely not again. You know what, Flowz? I actually gave Smith the first 2 rounds. I saw a lot of people gave it to Beterbiev, but I actually thought Smith did well in those rounds. And I actually thought Smith was doing the right things in those 2 rounds, Flowz. He was trying to keep it long, which obviously he's got the advantages in length. Trying to keep it long. Trying to keep Beterbiev at bay with his jab. Attempted to move around a bit. But also, I like that he was letting his hands go. Whereas Canelo, Smith was happy to tuck in the corner and just absorb punishment. With Beterbiev, he was actually looking to let his hands go and trying to hit the big shots and whatnot. And I was like, you know what? You're doing the right things. I can't actually fault you for this work at all. That's what you should be doing. It's not going to work. It ain't going to work. But that's that at least you're going out. You're not going out like a bum. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
And I was saying that what he needs to avoid, though, is not allowing Beterbiev to pin him against those ropes. Because as we know, Flowz, we've watched Beterbiev for many years. When he's got you against the ropes, he's lethal. Ask Anthony Yard. Ask the rest of his opponents. Once he gets you against the ropes, he goes crazy. Now, that's easier said than done, Flowz. Because if you watch Beterbiev fight, and I say this as well, obviously, people look at the knockouts, 100% knockout ratio. They think it's just a powerhouse. Underrated boxer.
Yeah.
Especially, Flowz, his footwork.
Yeah.
His footwork is so sick because he puts you under pressure. This is what great fighters do, by the way, especially great pressure fighters. They put you under pressure with their footwork alone. Because his footwork is always creeping forward into your sort of territory, Flowz, and he steps with you. Next thing you know, Flowz, you're on the ropes. You've got nowhere to go. You know what I mean? So he was starting to put Callum Smith under pressure with his footwork from, I think, round 2 onwards, Flowz. And I was saying, I watched the fight live and I was live tweeting on the account. I think after that second or maybe third round, Flowz, I said, which is what I said last week, by the way, I said, look, it's going to be competitive in portions, but essentially, Beterbiev, being the great fighter he is, has gears he can go up and he'll just up the levels. And Callum Smith, unfortunately, won't be able to live with that. So I've literally tweeted that on the account saying, Callum Smith is being too competitive right now. Beterbiev is not going to like that. So watch him up the gears now and up the levels. And we'll see Smith, unfortunately, wilt because he can't change gears with him. And literally, I think from round 3 onwards, maybe 4 onwards, Flowz.
Yeah.
You've seen Beterbiev start to bully this guy, Flowz, and he just up the levels and it just Flowz from them rounds. Like I said, I gave Smith 2 rounds. After that, Flowz, it was a Beterbiev beatdown for me. He just, maybe not beatdown, but he started to, maybe not beatdown, but he started to wash him a little bit. You know what I mean?
So round 4 was a beatdown.
Yeah, man.
Bad beatdown.
Yeah, man. And again, credit to Smith. He wasn't not being competitive, but he was trying to throw.
Yeah.
And I thought Buddy McGurk's advice in the corner was sound, Flowz. He was saying the same things I was saying at back home. Stay off the ropes.
Yeah.
You're head hunting too much. Go to the body. He kept saying that, But again, it's easier said than done when you're faced with someone that's just a monster like Beterbiev. And yeah, we really started to see him take control of the fight from round 3 onwards. And to me, then, Flowz, that air of inevitability was there, and it was going to come eventually. So there's not much you can do, bro. Not much you can do.
Yeah, Beterbiev is a different animal. We were telling everyone someone's gonna get knocked out. I heard the size of the ring was 18 by 18, and I was like, yeah, that's it. Neither fighters come to box and move, it sounds like to me. I saw Callum
Someone's gonna get
Smith.
knocked off. Sorry, for someone is gonna get knocked out in the Beterbiev fight. It's crazy, by the way.
We know what we really mean by that. You're getting knocked out, is what we mean. Uh, but yeah, Callum Smith, credit to him. I think he showed more hunger, desire, fight than he did in the Canelo fight.
Mm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
I give him a lot of respect because he had portions of success. He was landing his shots. But once again, there was a point where they both exchanged left hooks, I believe, or maybe kind of for a right hook and Beterbiev for a left hook. And the power stakes between the shots was just
Brother Flowz,
I flinched the Beterbiev's.
Flowz. This brother's shots weren't doing nothing to this guy. Nothing. I know you started doing the whole, is Kai Smith a power puncher? I know you started doing that again.
Look, we already questioned it. Because he's a power puncher.
He
I'm not
is,
gonna
he
say
is, he is, he
but then
is.
there's different levels of power.
Power,
There's
yeah.
different levels of power. And like you compare their faces
Yeah.
during the fight.
Bro, his nose was bloody after 2 rounds.
Barking at these eyes, swelling, eyes busted,
Yeah. Oh my
those
gosh.
his face mash up. But you'll see Callum Smith landing, but Beterbiev is rolling the shots, riding the shots. The shots aren't
Mm-hmm.
having the same effect. So yeah,
And
it's
then
scary.
Flowz, Beterbiev then started winning the battle of the jabs quite easily after round
Yeah.
2. And I was even thinking, like, Beterbiev's jab looked harder than Smith's hooks or power
Yeah,
shots.
he did.
Because Beterbiev's jabs were going, knocking his head back every time.
Legit.
Popping his head back. Brother, scary.
Look, I look once again. Callum Smith ain't no slouch because while his footwork defensively isn't the best, he can't really pick up his feet and get out of there. But once again, that's credit to Beterbiev's footwork because he's positionally, even when defensively positionally, he'll pivot out and reset and come back as the pressure in you. It's very clean to watch. It's very efficient to watch.
That
But
was
yeah,
Russian
he's
efficiency.
kind of Smith's moving his head, trying to bob and weave, but like Jam's still finding him. Boom, boom, knocking his head back. Yeah, but he was always throwing. He was always there to fight. He didn't come to roll over. But yeah, it's what we expected. He's moving up in weight. He's had a 17-month layoff. I don't know who he's been fighting in the lead up to this guy. He's been knocking everyone out. I don't know any of the names.
They weren't guys. They weren't. I mean, they were nice KOs, but they weren't top level opposition. Let's put it that way.
Yeah,
they were. Let me get them up just to do them, not to do them disservice.
Yeah.
Baudelic and Castillo. You know, these were nice. Like I said, one of them was even a knockout of the year candidate. I remember Castillo. But yeah.
Yes. So look, it was a tough ask for him, but Beterbiev is just a different monster. He said he's gonna come and do damage, and damage is what he done. But yeah, shout out to both guys. It was a good fight, entertaining.
Yeah.
But yeah, Beterbiev's different.
I do want to give Smith credit because I think there were times where he could have wilted and gave up, and he decided to fight fire with fire. And obviously, again, that's not wise, but it's you got better than nothing, I suppose. Smith has never been dropped in his career, so it's another accolade for Beterbiev and testament to his power. 7th round now, he's able to drop him. One of the shots was actually on the back of the head a little bit, but that's more because Smith was ducking and rolling kind of, so he's just throwing it, and I don't think he aimed for the back of the head, but yeah, that's dropped Smith. Obviously, from then I knew it was over. He beat the count, he carried on. Beterbiev has rushed him again, dropped him again. Smith has gotten up, or he's in the process of getting up, and then you see Buddy McGirt enter the ring, trying to get to the referee, trying to signal the ref, yo, hey, yo.
That killed me.
Yeah, man, and that flows the speed and urgency. They're rushing in to try and save that. Yeah, it's peak. It's peak.
I'm afraid of the time. Into the ring, didn't even. Yeah,
but that's all she wrote, Flows, in the 7th. Beterbiev stopped his man, and I mean, we knew it was coming. As we said, someone was going to get knocked out, but we know who he was, and yeah, that's all she wrote, Flows. Beterbiev moves on. It's another dominating performance, Flowz. Another crushing performance, destructive performance. A lot of talking points to go from here, Flowz. A lot of talking points.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just thinking where we should pivot. All right, let's start with next steps for Beterbiev.
Okay.
Because obviously, I know you want to get to. We'll save that. But obviously, Dmitry Bivol. Let's not we know what's next. That's it. It has to be Dmitry Bivol.
Nothing else.
Listeners, I went up and obviously checked upon, His Excellency, his tweets and his Instagram. He's there posting the picture of the face-off between Bivol and Beterbiev. So rest assured, His Excellency is on the case, which means it's going to happen. I'll be very shocked if it doesn't happen this year. But this year, we should finally see Beterbiev versus Bivol. They both won it. There's nothing else now in the way. This was a mandatory for Beterbiev. He's got that out the way. I think Bivol, I'm pretty sure he's taken care of all his mandatory. So that's it, Flowz. We're finally going to get it this year. Fingers crossed. Do you have a winner? Yeah. Because we've been flip-flopping.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, Flowz. Based on this latest, every time I see him fight, I'll be like, nah, him. So at this moment in time, Flowz, I feel I got Beterbiev winning.
Yeah, you know what? Watching it, I was like, yeah, Beterbiev is too scary, he's too strong, he's too powerful. And I flipped off again. But I think when it comes down to it, I might lean towards Bivol when it comes down to it. But right now, I think Beterbiev might stop him.
Flowz, the $1 million question is: can this guy handle his power?
Yeah.
Can he? That's something that we don't know. We won't know until we find out.
Yeah.
But the point is, Beterbiev touches everyone, and everyone suffers the same fate, Flowz. They get stopped. It's crazy. But it's a real pick'em fight, 50-50 Flowz. And right now, I'm on the Beterbiev side, but it's I might flip up again.
I think I might flip flop again.
Recency
bias with these two is crazy for me. But
crazy, man.
Every time, because Beterbiev will go on a long layoff, see him again, and he's just as scary. So but it has to be next. It has to be next. That's what that matters.
Flowz, that's we've been looking at Flowz. We've been waiting for this for a long time, long time, and it's only right we're treated to it. And like I said, I trust His Excellency to get over the line for us. And they're both been in Riyadh doing paddy with His Excellency. So I think it's a no-brainer, Flowz. We should see that happen. And I can't wait. I truly can't wait, Flowz. It's gonna be a wonderful, wonderful day. When that gets announced. Kam Smith, Flowz, because I'm listening to his post-fight interview, and he's a very proud man, Kam Smith. I give him that. And he was saying, it's hard not being the best anymore. So he's not too sure what's next for him. And obviously him saying that kind of implies that he might be looking to call it a day. Again, proud man, proud champion, values himself as being a very good fighter. Unfortunately, he's moved up a weight class, Flowz. He was at super middleweight and he lost to the best. He's come up to light heavyweight now and lost to arguably one of the best. Doesn't beat the other guy who we say is the best as well, in my opinion. So I can see why he has that mindset of maybe it's time to call it a day. He's achieved what he needs to achieve. Playing world champion. He got the big money fight versus Canelo. He's had a good career. I actually think, Flowz, that I think he should move up to cruiserweight. Because I think, Flowz, he can snag a belt. I think move up to cruiserweight, grab a quick belt. Now you're a 2-weight world champion. And then if you want to have a unification or whatever, call Jaya Pattaya or someone. If not, or pack it in afterwards. Honestly. Because cruiserweight division, Flowz, is food.
Yeah, Zona's in line for a shot at belt now. So,
he is. He is. I think there we go. So that guy's real, yeah. But he can go up. Cruiserweight division is food, Flowz. He can go up and win a belt there, I think, comfortably. So I reckon he should move up. And he's got he's skinny, but he's lanky, you know what I mean? So if he can fill out a little bit, maybe. So because he's got like 6'3", long reach.
Yeah.
He can fit right in that division. So I think move up and maybe have a little campaign there. But again, motivation and whatnot. I don't know if he wants to do the whole, eliminate a staff and work his way up again.
Yeah.
But it sounded like he might be pondering calling it a day.
Yeah, it seems like it. It seems like the drive and hunger isn't there. It seems like he left it all in the ring for that performance. Because even in the knockout, he went out swinging, really and truly. He was getting pieced up, but he threw 2 haymakers and tried to 2 Hail Marys.
Flowz, he would have continued, I think. It's just obviously,
Yeah, so he went out swinging. He beat the count. He got up, but he showed hunger in that fight. But afterwards, you could just see like what's next for him. He can't go back down to win a belt. Absolutely not. He can't beat these man. We've said he's not getting any younger. Does he want to go back to fighting domestic level after fighting the big dogs? Really, I know he's getting married soon or whatnot. Can he be asked to pick himself up and go through another grueling camp? Is the motivation there? I think your suggestion is good. There might be motivation if he goes up another division, becomes a 2-weight world champion. It has a nice ring to it. So yeah, I would love to see him continue campaigning at this division and fighting the other light heavy. Well, I'd love to see him mix out domestically yards. Yeah. Throw him in the mix.
I think he's too proud for that.
That's what I think. Yeah,
because can't forget he's fought Canelo. Yeah, he's fought Canelo. So
there's nothing there for him. There's no real bread there for him, really. Does he want to go outside to their man potentially? I don't think so. I think he needs something where he can be hungry. And I think moving up will provide that for him. I don't think staying here and fighting the domestic guys would. But I would love to see him. I wanted to stick around. I think he's a solid fighter. I think he's a great fighter. I've seen a lot of people downplay him.
Proud Scouser.
But we'll see what he does next.
Speaking of proud Scousers, Flowz, let's move on to something that I've been looking forward to discussing with you, Flowz. I think you've been very keen to discuss this as well with me about certain comments made about Beterbiev and certain narrative changes that they're trying to put on Artur Beterbiev.
Yes.
And I'm going to call out someone that we do like on this podcast, Tony Bellew, who, as I said, Tony Bellew we've mentioned him in this pod before. We've given him his flowers and his praise in this pod before. Someone we really, really like and respect and rate. However, he made certain comments after the fight yesterday, Flowz, that didn't sit right with me. And essentially, listeners, he was insinuating that Artur Beterbiev, he kept saying that him at 39 seems to be getting stronger and stronger and more destructive. And that's impossible. He said, which 39-year-old do you know that's getting stronger and stronger and more destructive at his age? Faster and stronger. It's not possible.
More destructive.
He's insinuating that Beterbiev is on something. Whether it's HGH, whether it's steroids, performance enhancement peds, whatever you want to call them. He's insinuating that Beterbiev has got an unfair advantage in there that he's using to his advantage. I don't like those comments, Flowz. And I'm gonna call it what I see, Flowz. Tony Bellew's dick riding. He's dick riding, Flowz, and he needs to stop that. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be on. Like I said, Tony, we respect you. We've given you the flowers bedtime in this pod, but you're dick riding your mate. Let's call it plain and simple, Flowz. Callum Smith is his boy. He's a huge supporter of Callum Smith, both Liverpool as well. I'm sure that's that connection there. Other fights, he's been a big fan of Callum Smith. He's always singing his praises. He picked Callum Smith to win this fight as well, to upset the apple cart. He was very vocal, saying, I think he said knocks him out. So he knocks him out. He said Beterbiev is slowing down. So it's right prime for Callum Smith. So I'm calling it how I see it, Flowz. Tony Bellew is dick riding, and that is the worst form of transportation you could ever take as a human being. So I want to say this, Flowz. I don't think Beterbiev is on anything, as certain people are insinuating. Not only is he vigorously tested, Flowz, but this whole he's getting stronger, he's getting faster, all this kind of stuff is bullshit to me, Flowz. It's the same strength. It's the same speed. It's the same Beterbiev, Flowz. From when we've seen him from day one. Nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. It's the same guy. So that narrative needs to stop, Flowz, in my eyes. It needs to stop. Flowz, it's annoying. It needs to stop. It's the same Beterbiev. Nothing's changed.
Oh, man.
Flowz, he came in the game knocking everyone out, and he's continued to knock everyone out.
Exactly.
The power is, we say this all the time as boxing fans, and boxers say it, the power is the last thing to go. Bro is blessed with a ridiculous power. He's also a great boxer. Don't forget, this is the guy that had an amazing amateur record, by the way, Flowz. I think the last person to beat him was Usyk in the amateurs, 2012, I think it was. That's the last person to beat him. So he's not a scrub. It's the same guy, Flowz. And again, I'm not being harsh here, Flowz, but let's look at the landscape here, right? He's going to bat for Cam Smith, is me. We've said in this pod, Flowz, that in my opinion, Cam Smith is a very good fighter. I've said it many times on this pod. I still maintain that I think he's a very good fighter. However, I know many people that don't rate Cam Smith, Flowz. I had people coming up on lead up to this fight saying, yeah, Beterbiev's going to win. Cam Smith is overhyped. He's not that good, blah, blah. We look at Cam Smith and his career. He's someone that, if we be honest, Flowz, his best win was a wash George Groves. You could argue that. Could argue it was a wash George Groves. That was his best win. He went in against Canelo and got absolutely destroyed. Wasn't competitive. He arguably lost to John Ryder. So I can understand when people say, Flowz, that they believe that Cam Smith isn't even that good. And it's not even the fact that Beterbiev is on something, but it's just the fact that Beterbiev is levels ahead of Cam Smith. And there's no shame in admitting that, Flowz. Like I said, I maintain that Cam Smith is a very good fighter. But yeah, let's just face facts, Flowz. Artur Beterbiev is streaks ahead of him, and that is what it is. There's no need to start insinuate drugs and all that kind of stuff. I don't like that at all, Flowz. I'm not a fan of it at all. Stop doing up tribalism with your mates, man. It's enough. Just give credit where credit's due.
Yeah. I wanted to talk about this because it's annoying, first and foremost. And it's disingenuous because look, I think this all stems from the interviews leading up to the fight where Eddie Hearn revealed, or Top Rank revealed themselves, that there were atypical findings in one of Beterbiev's tests, spiked levels of testosterone, HGH, or whatever. This is VADA testing. And it wasn't a failed test. It weren't adverse findings. It was atypical. Whatever atypical means, it means nothing to us. As long as he passed every test and passed subsequent tests and was clear to fight, there was no, we need a B sample. There was no this or that. He was continued to be tested and he passed every test. Calm. You lot, I went to you lot before this fight, said, all the people who are saying he's getting stronger now, he's getting faster now, all the people pick Cam Smith to win, all of you said, I see vulnerabilities in Beterbiev. Remember last episode, I said, people were talking about Beterbiev slowing down and getting old.
And you said, get in there with him. Try it with him. Try it, yeah.
I said, you guys are bugging. You guys are losing your mind because every single time you thought, because he's always showed vulnerabilities. People have had success in there against him, but he's not fighting bums. Yeah, he's not fighting. The people who are having success are good fighters. Good fighters will have success. They're not rubbish fighters. These are top-level fighters that have success, but they all get knocked out. So, you know what we're saying? He's vulnerable. He's getting slow. This is from as far back as the Marcus Brown fight. They were saying he's getting old. Maybe we're starting to see signs of aging. Slow down. Now he knocks out Cam Smith, who you picked to win. You're saying he's getting stronger and stronger. How can he be showing decline and getting stronger and stronger at the same time? Just because he knocks out your boy. He's not getting, like you said, he's not getting stronger. He's not getting faster. It's the same Beterbiev. That fight, someone else would look at, I'm seeing vulnerabilities there. Someone say, he was getting kind of touched, you know? Yard fight, they can say he's getting touched. Marcus Brown fight, they can say it's Callum Johnson's fight.
Callum Johnson put him down. He put him down.
So you acting like he's getting stronger and stronger, more destructive, more... No, he's not.
He's the same guy.
He's the same. He's the same Beterbiev. What makes you think he's just because he stopped Callum Smith, who's been on a layoff, who's had a long layoff, who hasn't stepped up to this level at this weight. So stop all this narrative and try to push this. Either you trust by the testing or you don't, or wait till the results come out afterwards where they say, "Oh, we found something," which I doubt because once again I saw nothing. I didn't see like a Jean Pascal where the Beterbiev is throwing haymakers for
the entire round. Yeah,
like I didn't see anything different from Beterbiev than I've seen before. It's the same
Yeah.
strength, it's the same power. Callum Swift just moved up against a monster. So all this narrative that how does he get stronger at 39 when just a few days ago you were saying at 39 he's slowing down, he's aging, there's vulnerabilities, you're changing your tune. And like you say, it's all dick riding. So you don't need to stop it. And look, while you say, look, Callum Smith isn't as good as people think he is or whatnot, he's still better than everyone he faced.
John Ryan, like I said, I maintain that he's very good. I know a lot of people though that say to me they don't think he's that good. Yeah,
that's fine. He's lost to Canelo and Beterbiev.
Yeah,
John Ryder is a tricky customer for anyone. He's another guy we rate. Controversial fight. I believe if they fought again at the time, Callum Smith would have won. But John Ryder's stock has grown, has risen since that fight. Got a win against Danny Jacobs, went 12 against Canelo. Looks more impressive than Callum Smith, I guess.
He did.
Well, he showed more hunger at least, that's for sure.
And now he's got himself a Munguia fight. So, yeah.
Look, so Callum Smith isn't a bum. We're not going to say, oh, he's food, he's rubbish. He just wasn't good enough. And we knew that. We didn't gas him. The people who gassed him up have let it.
Yeah.
The people who didn't gas him up just know where his level is.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
There's no shame in that.
And look, Beterbiev isn't declining. I think that's clear to see. He's also not getting stronger and stronger because he done what he was supposed to do.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what fight they pointed to and said, wow, he's gained a lot of power since that fight. No, he's
he's become more destructive. What do you mean he's become more destructive? How can someone who's consistently getting KOs in all his fights is becoming more destructive? Does that make any sense, Flowz?
Look, even maybe took him too long. Look, in fact, he might be the guy because that fourth round he could have. First and fourth round,
yeah.
Yard he could have got out there earlier.
Yeah.
So this idea that he's getting faster, stronger, it's the people who back Callum Swift to win. They're making excuses, and that needs to stop. Let it be what it is. Beterbiev's a monster. Callum Swift is good, but he's not that good. It is what it is.
Yeah. Well said, Flowz. That's all we got to say on it, man. Yeah. I don't like the narrative they're trying to push. Just accept a great fighter. Smith, unfortunately, wasn't good enough. Doesn't make him a bad fighter. Very good fighter in my eyes. It is what it is, man. And to end on Beterbiev Smith, Flowz, His Excellency, come through with a plan for me. I know you will. And we await that announcement of Beterbiev Bivol. Yeah, man. That's the one we need to see now. That's the one we need to see. Sure. End of the day. Cool. Flowz, let's quickly fast forward now to next week. We do have a nice fight to talk about briefly. Tasha Jonas is in action. She's defending her IBF welterweight championship against Michaela Mayer. Good fight, Flowz. Very, very good fight. Two female boxers that we rate highly. I think Maya's stepping up, isn't she? Tasha Jonas stepped down. She dropped down. Because remember, she was like a light middleweight champion. Remember, she won. Yeah,
she moved up to, and then she moved down. Yeah,
she moved up. Yeah, they just go up and down over time. It's crazy. And I think Maya's moving up to welterweight. So yeah, Flowz, this is a good fight on paper. Maya's been on obviously the comeback show ever since the Bound Gardner loss. It's a tough fight for Tasha, to be honest. It's a tough fight because Maya is good. Very good pedigree, very good amateur pedigree, was at the Olympics. But so was Tasha Jonas. She's also very, very good. And remember, Flowz, we've said how Tasha has improved and improved with each time. She's almost getting better with age. So if there's someone that you want to have a go at, would get better with age, it's Tasha Jonas, not Beterbiev.
And she's nearly 42.
Yeah.
So that's Tony Belly's. That's Tony Belly's brethren.
Oh my gosh,
How's she getting better with age? Faster,
bro. Faster. Literally, she's getting faster and straight. No, anyways. Yeah.
Anyway.
We're not pushing narratives. We rate
No.
Tasha Jonas and we believe in her ability.
Mhm.
How do you see this one playing out, Flowz? Because it's definitely an intriguing fight on paper. Maya's got
Yeah.
the size and not size, but she's got height and reach, I think, over Tasha. But yeah, how do you see this one playing out?
I think it's a good fight. I think you see, I don't want to down. I think Jonas is smart in this. She's very smart. She's very intelligent. I think the tools and the skills may favor Michaela Mayer. I think it'll be a close fight. I think the judges could be the scorecards could be potentially a messy affair. But I think it should be a high level, skillful fight. But I would lean towards Michaela Mayer. I just think she has the better skills. She has the better tools, the reach, footwork. But Jonas always impresses in big fights. She always looks good. She's always impressive. She always comes to fight. And yeah, she's been improving at each fight. So who knows? But
That's
I'll lean
interesting
towards
because
Michaela Mayer.
I lean towards Tasha.
Yeah.
And that's obviously off the back of, like I said, she keeps impressing me with each fight. I think her ascendancy into world level Flowz, elite, like world level for women, has been super impressive to me. And you mentioned it as well. When it comes to the big occasion Flowz, she really steps up, Flowz. She's a big fighter, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And obviously I think it's in the UK, I believe. Let me just double check where it is. Yeah, it's in Liverpool as well.
Yeah.
I think buoyed on by that home crowd just might see it. But I do think it'll be tight. I do think it's a tight fight. But just those factors to me, Flowz, I think her speed and her craftiness, she needs to use it, obviously, against someone like Michaela, who's fundamentally really, really sound. Really, really sound, Michaela is. So I think Tasha would look to use speed and movement, I think, Flowz, to offset that. And just that craftiness of her. I think she probably hits a little bit harder as well. But yeah, I think those factors to me are swaying me in favor of Tasha. Yeah, as we said, she's someone that is on paper old, but she doesn't look it. She doesn't fight like it either. So yeah, man, I like Tasha in this fight, but I do think it'll be close for us. I don't think it'll be a wash in any either way.
Yeah, I think it could not controversial. I think it could split opinions. And I think it'll be down to the judges only. I think it will go to the decision. Obviously, the factors of the home crowd, Michaela traveling over, they're going to be hugely in favor of Jonas. But yeah, I think it'll be a high level fight. I just think Michaela is probably been the more active as well recently. I know Jonas was more active the year we picked her as most improved or something.
Most improved. Yeah, she was super active that year.
Well, she was winning everything as well. But I don't know how active she's been over the last year.
Let me just check. I'll check with Tash. Last year she fought just once. And then Michaela,
I think she had a few comeback fights since I'm sure how many.
Yeah, Michaela fought twice last year. So yeah, slightly more active. Yeah.
Just one more. But yeah, I think it'll be a good fight. I do lean towards Michaela. Sure. But that's me watching. I think me watching it. But yeah, I can't speak for the judges. It's my question.
Yeah,
it's my thing. But yeah, good fight.
Definitely good fight, man. And I expect, even though I think it will be tactical women's fights are still crazy and they still scrap out. So you'll still be excited to watch, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it, Flowz. And yeah, we'll see. And that 147 around those divisions of women is Friday anyways, because obviously we know obviously Baumgardner and Alicia having their thing, and you know Baumgardner's telling Alicia says she's going to move up to 147, and she's telling she's telling what's it called, Clarissa, that's the one, to calm down, and it's all so I don't know, these two might get in the mix somehow, I don't know, but Flowz, it's frying, as we know, Flowz.
It's so funny when that beef started. I said, it's all friendly now, and you said, it won't last, not for long. And now they're pulling up with each other.
Flowz.
Back and forth every day.
We might as well mention that. Hilarious that you saw the airplane thing, right?
Yeah.
Man. Oh, yeah, man. These two. That airplane exchange was killing me because you could see Clarissa's tone was friendly at first,
Yeah.
But you saw the switch
Yeah.
when she started saying, the way she switched and she was getting serious. Like,
Yeah.
I'm there thinking, if Alicia stood up now, these two will rock out. I promise you. If Alicia stood up, they would have rocked out there and then. I promise you that. I promise you that.
It's killing me because these two were brethren.
These two were mates. They tried to deny it, they weren't, but they were. These two were supporting each other.
Brethren.
Yeah. Hilarious.
All of a sudden, just because women's boxing takes no disrespect.
Too funny. Obviously, Clarissa's the worst, but don't forget Alicia's bad as well. Remember the whole Michaela, the whole Michaela thing. Remember their back and forth when there was one time when she Michaela said something and Alicia stood up and tried to get over to her. I think it was like a face-to-face. Like, so yeah, they're both mad active. It's crazy.
Yeah, they were the worst. So. But yeah, we'll see how that transpires. Women's boxing's in a healthy place as well. Like, this is a good fight. Like, Jonas versus Michaela. Fight that didn't need to happen, really. But they've given it to us. Shout out them, man. Yeah.
Once Michaela signed a boxer, I kind of suspected that might happen, and Tasha dropped down to win that title, the IBF title. It kind of made sense, but yeah, shout out to these two for putting it on the line. Look forward to that fight. That'll be on your screens on Saturday. Yeah, make sure you tune in, listeners. Women's boxing doesn't usually disappoint. Flowz, I think we can call it a day there. Nice little quick episode there. Unless you got anything to add.
Anything else?
Saw Teofimo and Bud's back and forth.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Bud's been beating his chest on Twitter, you know. Beating his chest. The Crawford era.
Yeah. I've seen him talking. Obviously, Spence was talking. Yep. He had his day of airing his opinions. Had surgery on his eye, I believe.
Yep.
So he didn't use it as an excuse, but he gave his props. But it was like, that's what I was getting caught with, right? Let's thanks for that.
His tweets were funny, but he was giving Crawford his props.
Yeah, he was
all the time.
He wasn't using.
I saw a tweet. He said he deleted it. I don't know why, but I saw a tweet saying that he believes that Bud should have won Fight of the Year as well.
Yeah,
he was. But
yeah,
because he beat the big fish. Basically, that's what he said.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
But yeah, all that man talking to FEMA talking. Look, make it happen. If you guys, if FEMA was to get in the mix,
I'm gonna try to see Bud versus Teofimo. I can't lie. Teofimo, I need you. I need a 140 still. You got problems to handle there still for me.
Yeah. There's been a lot of talking on the net.
Always.
But look, we're getting good fights coming each week now. So keep lining them up.
Keep lining them up, and we keep breaking them down for us. That's it, really.
Exactly.
But it's been episode 178 of the Strap SZN Podcast. Your boy Kam.
I'm your boy Flowz.
And as always, guys, keep running the streams. Peace.
You take it a strap. I'm strapped up.
7, what was that about?
Let's make the fight happen. We strapped the fuck up.